We're going to go to the United States now and talk to Brad Polumbo, our regular guest, host of Brad versus Everyone podcast. Brad, you've been with us the entire time, listening as we have to Iran's ambassador. As an American, now that America are involved in this conflict, what did you make of the Iranian Foreign Minister's comments?
Well, it's about what you'd expect. A lot of excuse making, trying to cover up what is a massive L for them, just by any objective measure. I've been honestly up a lot of the night paying attention to the discourse and the commentary coming out. And it's really interesting to watch Americans respond to this right now, because Americans are united in two ideas. Number one, we do not want Iran to have nuclear weapons. Almost everyone agrees. And so a strike that achieves that goal, that's a goal that everyone supports. At the same time, Americans overwhelmingly do not want another Iraq war, another all-out war with Iran. Most people think that would turn into another disastrous quagmire, and President Trump explicitly campaigned on the promise for no new wars. So the triangulation that Trump is going to have to try to do is to ensure that this is a limited operation, hopefully one and done, like some previous operations he took in his first term as president, rather than something that escalates into an all-out war and gets us dragged into the kind of thing he promised not to. So can he do that? I mean, that'll be what we'll see. It won't be easy, but that's the task he faces now from his supporters' view.
And within the MAGA movement as well, there are some more hardline isolationists who have criticized even just these limited, targeted strikes against Iran's 3 nuclear sites. How divided is the MAGA movement now over the conflict with Iran?
Well, frankly, there's always a difference between the pundit class or the political class and average voters. And I would be surprised if many day-to-day Trump voters were anything but supportive of this. That said, a fair number of ideologically consistent Trump supporters had a very serious constitutional issue with President Obama's strikes in Libya and with President Biden's strikes against Hezbollah in 2024, because under our Constitution's traditional interpretation, you are supposed to seek a declaration of war from Congress before you commence any sort of offensive military strike. The only exception being like repelling an immediate attack on our homeland, which doesn't really apply here. Now, that said, Democrats and past presidents have essentially set precedent after precedent that part of the Constitution just is routinely ignored. So Trump is not really doing anything new in that sense. But some ideologically committed and consistent MAGA voices are criticizing Trump along those lines because they had the same criticism for past presidents. It's funny, though, and I imagine we'll come here, to see Democrats suddenly discovering the Constitution and railing about this when they either openly supported it or were totally mum when it was Biden or Obama.
Absolutely. Brad, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time.